The left bank of Bordeaux is the most famous and successful appellation in the world. The wine travelers are there to find out why.
Now we have food and wine. Where? So we're driving in the north, in the Médoc, very close from the Gironde River. It's named Le Restaurant Port du Goulet. Very peaceful place with good wines.
Today we're eating at a classic country cantina, our favorite type of French restaurant. So this is the
Cantina.
cantina.
Yeah.
I love the cantinas.
Ox here in Médoc.
Here we have in Chateau Patache d'eau, we have Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and Petit Verdot. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Welcome in Médoc.
Along with the wines of Domaine La Palou, we try some typical Bordelais cuisine, like fresh oysters. Another favorite from the south of France is fish stew, which requires a somewhat elaborate preparation. You begin by rubbing cloves of fresh garlic on toasted baguette slices. On top of that goes saffron aioli, then shredded cheese, and then the stew, a thick puree of fish and crab. Back in the kitchen, the chef is preparing the ultimate French lunch, steak and real French fries. Of course, then there is dessert. The French are legendary for long lunches.
Yeah.
You always need a little more cheese to finish your wine. More bread to finish your cheese.
That's like
You may have noticed that in my house.
I love that. Beautiful.
We think this is a fine tradition.
Someone want another coffee? Yeah. You done?
Our next stop is at Chateau Patache which has a long history.
And after the French Revolution, the Chateau Patache d'eau has been sold and destroyed and turned into a stagecoach post office. So that's why now on the label of Chateau Patache d'eau, you have the famous stagecoach from the Médoc. So this is part of the history of the chateau. So that's the only stone that we have found here. 20 August 1779.
Patache d'Aux, which is the slang term for stagecoach, is located in the Médoc. Whereas the Haut-Médoc is famous for its gravels, here in the Médoc it is mostly clay on top of chalk, much like in Saint-Emilion, another famous appellation on the right bank.
So this is the chalk. And we have some big stone of chalk underneath on this subsoil. And that's was giving also the legacy of those terroirs.
Médoc wines are usually softer with less aging potential than the wines from the Haut-Médoc. But the clay and chalk soils at Patache d'Aux produce wines with strong, elegant tannins that can be aged for an unusually long time. Cabernet blends from the Médoc also utilize a greater variety and quantity of Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot than the blends from the Haut-Médoc.
The winemakers in Bordeaux are very happy of the outside because we have a lot of tannins with a good balanced wine with alcohol and acidity, and we hope for the future it will be a very, very great vintage.
Another myth about Bordeaux is that the wines are all expensive. In fact, there are many very good and very affordable wines from this region. The wine from Patache d'Aux retails for about $10 in the U.S.
We'll drink it.
Let me see. Thank you so
Drink
much.
it on our way to Italy, and then we'll find your wine in the store.
It's late in the day, but we still have one more stop to make. We are going back to the Haut-Médoc, to the legendary appellation of Saint-Julien.